Hello and welcome to the first crafty video of 2023. Woo! I know I just said in my goal setting video that I wanted to jump into some bigger projects, which I am still very keen to do, so don't think this is going to set the tone for the rest of the year, but I am starting with a very chill sewing project. I am making a quilted office chair cushion cover. We bought a second-hand office chair off of Marketplace for $10, and there's nothing wrong with it, it's just a little boring. My office chair is this really cute pink quilted, her name's Emily, I didn't name her, Fantastic Furniture did, and we kind of have a bit of a colour scheme going of pink and blue. So to spruce up a very plain office chair and to make them kind of match a little bit, we decided that it needed a quilted cushion cover. One shopping trip to Spotlight later, and we have the perfect blue quilted fabric. I think we got too much, but that's okay, because I want to do basically the front and back of the backrest bit of the chair, and then also do the seat bit. So we have this quilted fabric. I've never done anything like this before. I haven't even used this kind of fabric before, but I'm assuming all I have to do is sew the layers along these lines to give it that quilted bumpage. Yeah, that's a word, whatever. So I also got polyester wadding, it's not a very nice word, to add just a little bit of extra oomph to the cushion cover. Success! And as a backing contrasting fabric, which also kind of matches the other blues in the house, a dark tealy cotton with our baby blue, and I also have some elastic floating around somewhere that I will use to just kind of tuck it in. I'm hoping all I need to do is just drape this over the chair, cut it, add the wadding layer to pat it out, then make sure it fits, pin it again, and then sew the pieces together. Like I said, never done this before, but we are going on a journey today to see if this works. Even if it doesn't look perfect, it'll still make the plain black office chair look a little bit nicer. Time to drape! I've been expecting you. Hi. That's what I have to do. As you can see, she's not the most beautiful of the group, but like a caterpillar that becomes a glorious butterfly. Hopefully, if everything gets reassembled correctly and doesn't end up being a big pile of mush, she's going to be very beautiful by the end of this video. So I pinned all along where I want the first seam to be. So I guess now it's time to cut it. Unicky snippet. Okay, I am officially halfway through, well, halfway through this piece anyway. I now need to go through and do the other diagonal to complete the diamond pattern, and then repeat this process with the seat part of the chair and go from there. I think it's time to put my headphones on and listen to some podcasts. This is going to take a while. Many hours of work and a few days later, the two main panels are finished. So I've done this diamond quilted pattern on both the backrest piece and the seat piece. Next, I plan to add one more layer of wadding and sandwich it between this layer and the contrasting fabric layer. Then I will measure up where I need to attach the piece that will hold the cover in place. So the piece that will go behind the backrest and under the seat. I deliberately made these pieces quite a bit bigger than I needed them to, so that I had plenty of leeway to get it sitting perfectly, hopefully. As if this project wasn't taking enough time already, I've just got back from a trip to Spotlight because my needle broke. Somehow it got bent out of shape, and when I tried to use some pliers to just get the tip back straight, it just snapped. So I picked up some more needles, and while I was there I got myself some more pins, which I've been meaning to do for a while but keep forgetting. So hopefully there are no more interruptions, just need to get straight onto it. I've already sandwiched an extra layer of the wadding behind this one and added the supporting piece, and I'm going along the edge just zigzag stitching the layers together to hopefully stop it from just shredding. I'll do the same for the seat piece, and then it's time to add the piece that will hold it in place. Okay, come on. I knew this was going to be a big project when I started it, but I didn't think it would be quite as fiddly as it ended up being. The amount of thread I used for each line in the quilting to create the diamond shape, to attaching all the layers together and then going around all the edges to make sure it doesn't fall apart as soon as we start using it. There's a few spots that still need a little bit of a tweak. And even with the elastic, it still doesn't quite hug the seat like I want it to. But the quilted fabric is so soft and it's really nice to sit on. I would love to know how many hours went into it. If I can figure it out, I will put the hours here. It would also be fun to compare my sewing machine thread from the start of this video to the end to just see how much it shrunk. The fabric of my chair with the blue of the new cushion covers go really well together, and it's just instantly made a plain black chair look really cute and really nice to sit on. Aside from my sewing needle breaking and having to go out and get some replacements and all of the pinning and unpinning I had to do, I actually found the quilting process really satisfying, going over all of the lines and making them look really even. I would definitely do it again, even though it took forever. And I have just enough left over of both fabrics to be able to use for future projects, so I'll have to think about what the small amounts could be used to make. So stay tuned if you want to see what else I come up with for those fabrics, but in the meantime, you know the drill. Like a video to feed the creator for a day, subscribe to support them forever. Until next time, stay creative. Hi. Why do I feel like that guy who does the life hack debunking videos? Like, oh, once the sun comes out, I'm halfway through. It's okay. I was waiting for the cars anyway. Strategical. Strategical. As if this project, blah blah blah. I can't say satisfied. So satisfying.